Hello. Okay, so we're doing a session together here, Wendy and I, and for training purposes. And the intention of our session is to invoke and invite stillness in contrast to anything else we find. So let's just see how we go. So let's take a moment to connect. Feel free to say hello, Wendy, by the way.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a lovely holiday weekend.
Okay, so just, yeah, follow along by feeling into the sovereignty, your own felt sense. So whether you use the breath to pull you into the felt sense or whatever your favorite pathway is, just bring your attention into the body. Making contact with all that you find. The intention here is to connect and include and stay anchored in whatever you notice. And for me at the moment, just letting go of my position. By noticing what it feels like in me to have it. And along with the position is an agenda or an intention. So this is what I'm doing, inviting Wendy to, and all of you to check what is here with you, who is here with you. And when you find whoever is here with you, feel into and discern the vibration of that who and how he or she is coloring the experience right now. So I want to invite also Wendy, like it may feel like I'm running a healing process, and I want to encourage you to take the wheel, take the driver's seat. And so you don't need to wait for me to say, what are you feeling, Wendy? That you can just volunteer what you're noticing at any point. If something changes, whatever's going on for you, if it feels appropriate to,
yeah,
the sharing, yeah, to offer that.
Well, the other one I noticed here was the one that thought she might not be able to do it, whatever it is, yeah. And she feels like she's residing sort of between my liver and heart area.
So what feels relevant to me, I can feel a lot of integration happening as you highlighted her. What feels relevant to me is to do it. It is something that's referenced by someone outside you, whatever it is defined by someone outside you. And I know this is something you've shared about, this piece that, you know, if somebody asks you a question, you're compelled to answer it. And if somebody's running a session that's going to do something, you're, you know, it puts you in that identity, which is what's here to show up right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Leonora's got an idea about what it is, and Wendy's
wondering what it is.
wondering what it is and not sure if she can do it. Yeah.
Yes, because she doesn't know what it is. So how can she do
Yes.
it?
Yeah. But just you know, just feeling the relational dynamic of that. I just want to remind the group, because I have suggested it a few times, it's really valuable to do reflection technique on each other, and particularly on Leonora.
I feel like she's shifted somewhat. She was kind of felt like she was in the way of getting really embodied, you know, because there was that self-consciousness in the way. It feels like it's largely dissolved. Well, it might still be there, but I feel like I've gone deeper.
So there's no hurry.
It's my dog hearing the dog barking at your place. Going mental. Jeffrey.
So I want to include and allow the inner response to the dog's barking is part of the session. Doesn't mean you can't tell the dog to shut up. I can't actually, because I don't have a dog. But just, you know, just work with it inside yourself, noticing the reactivity, the activity, and not necessarily straight into a response, but see if you can just allow. So the dogs have gone quiet now. Just, but you know, this is valuable for session work generally and life generally, is to maintain our connection. So what are you noticing at the moment, Wendy?
It didn't pull me completely out of embodiment, but definitely wasn't as deep. And something's popped, you know, my throat is sort of showing up.
So you're noticing something in the throat?
Yeah, just a little sort of kind of density there. Mm.
Mm-hmm. So it's really valuable to meet that experience, the size, the shape, the place it occupies, and to sit in it, bathe in it, a good soak in it, and surrender into it, and acknowledge and allow. What's happening?
Throat and liver are kind of feeling like a connection there.
So as you presenced into your throat, you became aware of your liver.
Yeah.
And as you presenced into your throat, it seemed to me that rather than it getting less, it got stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is often why we don't go there. So, and it's another clue. So as you're just, keep feeling into, when you feel that you're in your throat and your liver, and that they are sort of stable. I mean, they keep changing, or what's happening?
They're stable.
They're stable.
The liver is less.
Okay.
Well, it comes and goes a bit, to be honest. Yeah.
All right. So without, so there's something making the liver. There's something going on that makes the liver come and go. Just that's information. You're aware of that. So there can be an invocation of a curiosity about that in itself. Can I notice when the liver comes and when the liver goes? Is it linked to something else that is happening in this process, in this field?
The liver's moved around to the back of the body more than the front, the back of the liver rather than the front. And my throat gets stronger every time I talk, I think.
That's very good information. So before you say the next thing, can you just feel like you're going in slow motion and frame by frame, noticing what's arising in relation to speaking?
My liver has gone away mostly, and there's connection with my left ear now.
You got your head tilted?
Yeah, I have. I've got the speaker resting here, so on my shoulder.
Oh.
That I can hold my head up.
So without leaving all that you're feeling and sensing and allowing and surrendered into, feel stable in your connection? How does it feel being asked a question?
I think it pulls me up a bit into my mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Pulls me away from the experience a bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So just that's very good that you noticed that. Asking a question pulls me out of myself. Being asked a question, yeah.
Mm.
So now that you know that, is it possible for you to choose to stay anchored in your experience? Just play with that. And when you feel that you are, let me know. And we can explore that.
Yeah, I feel quite stable.
Mm-hmm. So this might be different because I'm not asking you a question, I'm inviting you to explore something. Did anything I said just then pull you up and out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not completely out, but a bit out. It's partly the focusing, the concentrating on.
Yeah, so I'm wanting
on hearing, yeah.
Okay, to just, I get it. And it's a little bit like a polarity, in and out. And it's not completely in and it's not completely out, but there's a bit of a bouncing, yeah?
Yeah.
So there's lots of ways to play with this. My invitation is, can I stay in deeply? Nothing is wrong, nothing is right. It's just a game or a curiosity. Can I stay anchored in here? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And expand and allow the hearing and the head and all that's there. Can I be focused on hearing without leaving this place? Just make that as a choice. Nice. You notice a shift?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it felt easier to stay deeper while you were talking.
Yeah.
And as I'm talking now, I feel like I'm maintaining my
Connection
better.
Yeah. So Is there a feeling of any effort in doing that? If there is, just notice the effort.
Yeah, there is effort.
Okay, so notice the flavor inside the field that's making the effort.
Feels like it's to do with my hearing, I think.
Okay.
And that because my hearing isn't that great. So I think some of it's about the concentration on that.
Mm-hmm. But we're working with your hearing now, so if you can just put what you know about it to the side, yeah, because that's influencing the experience. What I know about my hearing is influencing. So I'm inviting you actually, because when I ask you to explore effort, if you're making effort, what's making effort, you integrated the one who is making effort. So the field changed. So again, we're going just back into the steps here. Is that staying anchored in the depth, hearing Leonora, speaking to Leonora without leaving there. And then the next piece was noticing that you could do it, which was great. And then the next piece was noticing what was making effort in order for that to be. And you noticed that. And now that you've noticed effort, can you feel the effortlessness of being here? It's a polarity. Yeah.
It's yeah, it doesn't feel such an effort now.
Yeah. So, and you're able to say that without leaving yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit of effort, but maybe less than before.
Okay, so just stay with that bit of effort and feel, it needs a little bit more time to be fully seen. So just allow and be curious about that which makes effort.
It feels like it's in my throat as well as my ears.
Is it what you're touching? Does that feel stable right now?
Yeah.
Did you have to pop up to answer that?
No.
Did you have to pop up to hear what I said?
No.
Okay. Is there any effort in holding still and steady here for you right now?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So,
and just while I'm talking than listening.
All right. So where is she, the one who makes effort? So there's no answer to that question. It's the intent and purity of your curiosity. That's good.
So what came up there was my right ear down the right side of my neck, right shoulder, which is also where I've been having quite a lot of pain.
So are you open to healing your hearing?
Yeah.
So just this, we got here by, and there was a lot of integration when you found her, noticing the one that makes effort when you speak. And she's occupying your ear to shoulder area. So I wanted you to invite you to just give her time and be really curious about how she inhabits your field. And as you're exploring that sensation, this is a sense of self, a sense of me, one that makes effort to speak to others. And so, you know, she has a history and a story, and just without using your mind, open the field to allow her to be here in such a way that she shows you her whole self, or as much as she's willing to.
If she's extending further into my throat and down to my liver.
Okay. So you've got what, your right ear, is the speaker still there?
Yep.
Okay. So there's an effort in having a speaker on your shoulder and a leaning toward it of it's necessary for me to have that to engage in a conversation with Leonora, yeah? There's an effort holding it on your shoulder, and you just feel that.
Yeah.
And I'm inviting you to relax that effort and seeing the one who's making the effort by connecting with her. And it's up to you if you want to play and just see what happens if you remove the speaker and allow yourself to not hear me, and you can put it back at any point. And just allow yourself to be free of all effort, even if it means I can't hear.
Yes, it's what feels like resistance coming up to that idea of not being able to hear well.
Can you hear me at the moment?
Yeah.
Is that level of hearing at the moment acceptable to you for this moment?
Yeah.
So just as an exploration, just inviting you to relax the effort to hear and just to be with the throat, the liver, whatever's showing itself, even the resistance. And what are you noticing right now?
My throat, my liver. The right ear has kind of gone warm, nice feeling. Still some tension in my shoulder.
So allowing and surrendering into that shoulder. And if you're feeling stable in your exploration, I invite you to notice where you see stillness in relation to your body right now, without leaving where you are, just including where you perceive stillness, even if it's not in your body, wherever it is in time and space. Just invoking your curiosity to connect with stillness, noticing where it is.
I think I'm doing that thing of looking for it.
That's fine. That's fine. So, can you sense the looker? Where is, without leaving your field if possible, where do you experience looking from? One looking for stillness.
It's in my eyes, and up quite a bigger area than normal, actually, up to the, towards my eyes, up to my crown, I suppose.
Okay, so just become one with that place. Just become one with the felt sense of where the looker lives. What are you noticing?
Moving.
So
Getting larger.
while you're noticing that place, can you feel within that place the activity of looking? Remember, we were looking for stillness, or that place was looking for stillness. So just engage the looking activity and notice what happens energetically in that place.
What it feels like is the actual looking is in my eyes. But there's something at the crown, towards the crown of my head, that's directing it.
Introduce you to the knower.
Pardon?
I'm introduce you to the knower.
Yeah.
just sit in that. Let the knower be here with the looker. Let them cohabit. See if you can discern energetically both.
Yep.
Is your head tilting again?
Yeah, I just noticed that.
It's fine that it does. It's just that you can feel what it feels like there and feel what it feels like as you move it straight up. There's like the body wisdom has a reason of doing that, or as a habit to do that. And how's your shoulder now, and your throat and your liver as you're exploring your looker and your knower?
Well, now that I'm feeling into them a bit more specifically, I can feel them. My liver hardly at all. My throat feels sort of a burning sensation, a stinging sensation.
Mm-hmm. Are the eyes looking at the throat?
No, I didn't get that sense.
Sorry?
I didn't get that sense that it was just it felt like a purely felt sense.
Mm-hmm. So hold still and steady in your looker and your knower, feeling the place that they occupy and discerning. So just for the group, this is a one way to do this is this sort of cohabiting, so that you're still aware of the liver and the throat, yet and the whole body, yet your focus of curiosity is at what's perceiving the whole thing. So you are being one with the perception apparatus. Good. Now, just like we did with the speaking and hearing, can you make a commitment to remain anchored in this place and allow whatever wants to happen, not needing to leave here, but just notice within all that you are, stillness is already here. Can you include it? Can you contrast what's still to what's not still? So there's activity and there's stillness. Good.
The stillness is my arms, and it's also a feeling like it's everywhere but just out of reach.
Mm-hmm. So just let it be.
Sense.
just let it be where it is. Let it be out of reach. There's somebody trying to reach it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So just feel the part of you that's the I, the sense of I. Let stillness be out of reach. Let it be wherever it is. Just be aware that it's there. And be with the I that's reaching. What's happening right now?
So the I that was reaching was the knower, or in that same position.
Mm-hmm.
And as I brought more of my awareness to there, the area of stillness got larger and deeper.
Mm. So the one who's reaching cannot access stillness. Stillness is here, innately here. And so by noticing the one who's reaching, what we're reaching for becomes available.
Yeah, so it started off initially in my forearms, and now it's the whole of my arms.
Mm-hmm. So without effort, just relax. Notice the vibrational difference, energetic difference between the area that you're exploring in your head and stillness. Just contrast. This feels like this and that feels like that. Good.
So the stillness feels heavy and dense and really, really nice. And the reacher is a lighter density.
So she changed when you contrasted.
Yeah.
Yeah? You noticed a difference? Yeah. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And they're noticing the difference. Now, when you, with all that we've just done, how is your throat? Now, without moving to it, just by including, how's the throat?
There's a lot less stinging.
And the liver?
Aware of it. There's a slight pain there, but not, less.
Mm-hmm. So there's obviously more to do, and I'm hoping that you can use this video, Wendy, as a guide specifically for yourself to continue, how exploring in this particular way.
Yeah.
And you can see, any part of you that's engaged in the process is also in the way of the process.
Yeah.
So
I noticed when I was doing the looker and the reacher and the knower, and that there wasn't an effort involved in the speaking and the hearing.
yes.
And staying
Yeah.
embodied.
I want to invite you to.
I can hear you so much better now than when we started. And the speaker's sort of down by my legs instead of up by my ears.
So you may have temporarily or even permanently healed your hearing. And what's required is that the knower doesn't know that you can't hear. And that, you know, that the whole hearing thing is part of the dynamic between you and other, and the traumas that arrive between, you know, that are highlighted between you and other. So there's a little me in there who's like, you know, I better pay attention and listen, otherwise I might not be okay, you know, or I better be careful what I say, or I might not be okay, or you know, all those dynamics which are creating tension and stress. And you know, it feels to me like your hearing potentially is fine. And so if you have your hearing aid in and just try abandoning them and practicing without them, and see if you can restore and even give them up.
I haven't got them in at the moment.
Okay.
They're a little bit uncomfortable, or they get itchy, so I don't wear them that often. But
so just whether you're wearing them or not wearing them, but just as you engage with people, you know, and doing this work, you know, so it's interesting because I was the trigger in some way, you know, even though I know that, you know, I'm a nice person and we like each other, but you know, it doesn't matter that there's unconscious stuff that goes on. So, very rich session, and thank you for journeying, and I will post this in the group. I think it's valuable for everyone. I might also post a general meditation sometime soon on listening to the body, because I think it's common for many people that when they're listening or speaking, they disconnect, and you can heal it by doing the polarity work and the work that we just did. So
and it's like when I access that stillness, which to me I've always felt like it's a really deep layer of embodiment, and then I let go of the trying to hear thing so much, you know, so relates to embodiment again.
You can't reach or try to access stillness. It doesn't work. So what you have to do is notice what's in the way of you accessing stillness, which is what you did. So, and that's kind of in general what we're doing is, like Rumi said, our task is not to seek for love, but to seek all the barriers we've built against love. And that is the work. So,
and I guess that's been shown to me in another way recently, is that, you know, now a few times and I'll wake up and I'm in total stillness and my body's like really solid and everything's still, nothing's moving, you know. And then as I kind of wake up, the pain sort of starts coming in. But like this morning, I could still feel the stillness under that for quite a long time.
Nice. And it's about...
So it's kind of showing me that when my brain wasn't activated because I was asleep, the stillness was there. It's like what you say, it was just another way of showing me how it is.
Yeah, and it's actually, you know, I think Shu asked at one point about, or maybe I don't remember, but I know for me it's a very lucrative place to meditate, is there's a point where you wake up before you rise into your mind and who you think you are. That is a lucrative place for connecting, and then noticing yourself rise up. So in all of this, it's not one or the other, it's about bringing them together. And that's the most important thing, because it's integrative. Yeah, so we bring stillness to the one, or the little one, and the little one integrates and just becomes true self. So you have your flavor of beingness, yeah, but you're not having to be tense or guarded or whatever. So and that of course is affecting the body, the hearing, the throat, the liver, and everything else. So,
amazing.
It's amazing. And
all those areas that were a little bit painful before have now got this kind of heat, like a really pleasant heat feeling,
Yeah. So, what I found is there's always an I separate from stillness or self. And it's finding that I. That's the creator. And often, you are in your head. So even the looking, we're looking. Even the looking is imbued with something that's creating something in the body.
Yeah.
And that's where I found the ancestral stuff, and there's a lot of work that we can do, much more fine work than we did today, of discerning between experience and experiencer, or the looker, and inviting both to meet stillness. Like for me, I'm not in a healing process. The healing is like, it's just automatic. If I'm just in myself, healing's happening as I'm walking, talking. So it's no longer,
because you're remaining embodied all that time.
Because there's no longer me needing to do a healing session.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but a lot of the time,
That would be amazing. I'd like that.
It's taken a lot to get to that, but I'm hoping that, the way that we journey in the group is going to save people, lots of years of that kind of work, because, it's more helpful when somebody's kind of been through it
very.
So, okay, thanks heaps, Wendy.
Oh, thank you. That was amazing. Lots to work with.
Take care. See you in the group.
Yeah, see you. Bye. Bye, everyone.